Whack and Epified have come together to shed some light on the mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri. When Lal Bahadur Shastri became the Prime Minister of India, the first words that he spoke were these: "There comes a time in the life of every nation when it stands at the crossroads of history and must choose which way to go. But for us, there needs to be no difficulty or hesitation, no looking to the left or right. Our way is straight and clear." Lal Bahadur Shastri was the first Prime Minister to lead us successfully in the times of war. Amul milk, which is a household name today, came into being under Shastri's rule. It was also he who propagated the White Revolution. Known as the penniless Prime Minister, Shastri was a simple, honest and humble man. Although he had been a cabinet minister for many years, he was very poor when he died. All that he owned at the end of his life was an old car, which he actually had bought in installments from the government. Within his first year, Pakistan waged war against India. The then President of Pakistan, Ayub Khan, underestimated the leadership of Shastriji. The soft-spoken and humble Shastri led India to victory. His slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan became very popular and is remembered even today. When India had the upper hand in the war and Indian forces were approaching Lahore, USA and the Soviet Union intervened and called for a mandatory ceasefire through the United Nations. After all, they were afraid of the war escalating and other countries getting drawn into another world war. India and Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire, and they also decided to meet and sign an official declaration to mark the end of the Indo-Pak War. Both countries agreed to meet on neutral ground, the city of Tashkent in the Soviet Union. A day after signing the declaration, Shastriji is said to have suffered a heart attack and passed away. The USSR government arrested the Soviet cook Satrov on suspicion of poisoning the Indian Prime Minister, but later absolved him of the charges. Shastri's wife, Lalita Shastri, alleged that he was poisoned and demanded an inquiry. As per reports, no post-mortem was conducted on Shastriji's body. However, dark blue spots and cut marks were found on his abdomen. His son Sunil even raised questions regarding them. Shastriji's daughter was the last one from the family to talk to him. His last words to her were, "I'm going to have a glass of milk and sleep." The line got disconnected and Suman tried again. However, when she got through 15 minutes later, she was told her father was dead. All his belongings came back to India except for his thermos flask from which he had his last drink of milk. Shastriji's personal physician said that he had no previous cardiac ailments and he was physically fit. So why was no post-mortem being conducted? And if no post-mortem was conducted, why were there cut marks around his abdomen indicating that his stomach was washed out? Two witnesses were scheduled to depose before a parliamentary body in 1977. One was R.N. Chugh, Shastri's doctor, who accompanied him to Tashkent. But when he was travelling to Delhi by road to testify before the committee, he was hit by a truck and died. The second was Ramnath, Shastri's personal servant, who was also present on the day of his death. Ramnath met Shastri's widow before the deposition. According to family members, he told her, "I've been carrying this burden too long. I will shed it today." Ramnath left the residence to make his way to Parliament. He was hit by a moving vehicle. His legs were crushed and he lost his memory. In 2009, Anuj Dhar, author of the CIA's Eye on South Asia, asked the Indian Prime Minister office under the Right to Information plea that Shastriji's cause of death be made public. PMO admitted that it had a classified document on Shastriji's death, but in 2009, the Prime Minister's office refused to declassify it. They argued that declassifying the Shastri document could harm foreign relations, create disruption in the country, and cause a breach of parliamentary privilege. It seems that there is something to hide about Shastriji's death, but also indirectly admits that the secret is explosive. Gulzari Lal Nanda was the interim Prime Minister of India after the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri in 1966. After that, the Congress elected a new Prime Minister, Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi, 13 days after the death of Shastri. There were talks of Indira Gandhi knowing the details of Shastri's death, but deciding not to disclose them. With Indira Gandhi as the Prime Minister, the government became closer to Russia. We purchased arms and ammunition, scientific equipment, and offered entry to Russian industries. All of this after the mysterious death of an Indian Prime Minister on Russian soil. Shastri was a wartime prime minister who died suddenly, not just while in office, but while actually attending a critical summit in a foreign country to discuss terms to end a war. Yet, there continues to be dead silence on his mysterious death. Lal Bahadur Shastri once said, "I'm not as simple as I look," and it seems that it still holds true half a century after his death. Like, comment, and share this video. And for more wacky videos, subscribe to the Whack. And for videos on mythology and history, subscribe to Epified. And this is going to blow your mind. The most religious countries in the world, India does not feature in the top 5. How?
Shantanu was in love again. He lost his heart to a fisherman's daughter by the name of Satyavati and asked her to marry him. But Satyavati refused Shantanu, even though he was a king.